In today's video, I want to talk about the Chevy Colorado and the Toyota Tacoma, and specifically the 5 things that I think really set the Tacoma apart over the Colorado. Now, I want to make it clear this video is not going to be about bashing the Colorado, because I actually think it's a really great truck and that Chevy did a nice job with the new generation of the Colorado. But for the sake of this video, nothing's perfect, and I want to talk about the things that I think the Colorado lacks when compared with the Tacoma. Now, to be fair, I do have another video that I'm going to be putting up after this one that highlights the items that I think the Colorado really excels at over the Tacoma. You can look forward to that in the future, and I'll put a link to that in the description once it's published. So when I bought my Tacoma about a year and a half ago, I seriously considered buying a Colorado, but one of the first areas where I felt like the Tacoma really set itself apart when compared with the Colorado was on the interior and the overall interior design of the dashboard. And looking into the interior of the Tacoma, you can see that it's got a really nice, clean, sleek, updated appearance over the second generation of the Tacoma. It's got a nice big center screen here and just a really sleek appearance with the layout of all the buttons and dials, giving it a nice updated modern appearance. And when compared with the Colorado, which in my opinion just has kind of a slightly dull, plain appearance to it with some cheap plastics, I think that the Tacoma really excels in this area when compared with the Colorado. The second area where the Tacoma wins out over the Colorado is on retained value. And the Colorado's got a tough battle to fight here because the Tacoma actually has the highest resale value of any truck, car, or SUV on the market. The IntelliChoice 5-year retained value on the Tacoma is 69%, which means if you were going to buy a new Tacoma today, you could expect the retained value after 5 years of ownership to be approximately 69%. Now, the Colorado does have good resale value, sitting at about 57%, which is good, but it's just not on par with the Tacoma. And while you're getting above average resale value with the Colorado, it just doesn't stand up with that 69%. So in this area, again, the Tacoma comes out ahead of the Colorado. The third area where the Tacoma excels over the Colorado is in terms of popularity and reputation. And while the new Colorado does appear to be a really great truck on the surface, and hopefully will help build some momentum for Chevy in the mid-size truck segment, the reality is that if you look back at the first generation of the Colorado and the S10 pickup that preceded it, it just wasn't really something that got you too excited as a motoring enthusiast. And on the flip side of that, the Tacoma is now on its 3rd generation and has really developed a almost cult-like following in terms of supporters and fans of the vehicle. And there's something to be said for that. Hopefully the Colorado will get there in time, but I'd say that for the time being, the fact that the Tacoma is already there gives it an advantage in this area. The fourth area where the Tacoma comes out ahead of the Colorado is in terms of wheel and tire options and the rake of the vehicle. And Toyota isn't perfect in this category. I did make the decision to give my Tacoma a 2-inch lift in the front and a 1-inch lift in the rear, and the plan is to increase the tire size long term. But despite that, I feel like all of the Tacomas look pretty decent in stock form, and Toyota offers a number of nice wheel options to choose from and tire options. The Colorado, on the other hand, only comes with a couple wheel options to choose from, and in my opinion, the Z71 wheels are really the only ones that look that good. The other issue with the Colorado is that the stock tires that come on it just don't seem to match the proportions of the vehicle. I don't know if it's the size of the fenders or the rake of the truck, but for some reason they just look miniature in proportion to the size of the vehicle. And for me, if I bought a Colorado, I would have to upgrade those right away. And so for this reason, I think the Tacoma comes out ahead of the Colorado, offering a wider selection of attractive wheel options and tire options over the Colorado. The fifth and final area where the Tacoma comes out ahead of the Colorado is with the number of trim package offerings. And while Chevy recently closed the gap with the introduction of the ZR2 model, which competes head-to-head with the TRD Pro, there's still 1 trim package short of the Tacoma, with 5 trim package offerings on the Colorado, while Toyota offers 6 trim packages on the Tacoma. In addition to that, to me, the trim packages on the Colorado aren't quite as unique as the trim packages on the Tacoma. For example, Toyota offers a limited package, which is kind of a luxury variant of the Tacoma with leather seats and other options to give it a little bit more premium look and appearance. Chevy doesn't offer any comparable option on the Colorado. The other thing is that the Tacoma is available with either a TRD Sport or a TRD Off-Road package, which offer very distinct looks and options, while the Z71 is kind of a blended version of those two different package offerings. With that said, I like the fact that Toyota offers a little bit more customization in terms of those trim packages, and for that reason, I'd say that I'd give it the nudge in this area with a slight advantage over the Colorado in terms of those trim package offerings. So those are the 5 things that I think set the Tacoma apart from the Colorado. Like I said before, I still think they're both great trucks and offer different advantages to the buyer. If you've got any comments, questions, or opinions, leave those in the section below. For more car reviews, subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, thanks for watching.